Okay, so welcome back. Looks like we're gonna start the Cold War phase. So it starts with the setup. So this is basically a step-by-step where we go through each faction and kind of determine pretty much how present it is in the system or in the sector that we're building, which systems and such they're present in, and where the headquarters is, and that sort of thing. We determine what their influence is and basically give them points on each of those. So a lot of this information, I'm still developing a sheet. I have to figure out how we're going to do that. But often it would be on the on a Cold War sheet. Instead, I'm going to be recording most of this information on the system sheet, and then some other in the extra space here on the sector sheet. And I'll be putting it all in the GM's layer so people can't see it. But let's make it a little bit wider. So make the extra room. I believe it's this number here. Width. Yes. There we go. So we got lots of room here now. This is just information, so I'll just be running each of the societies or each of the factions in here. So let's grab each faction name. Okay, so who do we want to start with? Let's copy this one and go to. Okay, so no, you have to do this. So layers, put it on the GM layer. Always goes hard to see on that layer. Not sure why. I think there's some options for that, but I'm not sure what they are. I think they're in settings. Should we change that? Make it so it's easier to see for us anyways. GM layer info. It's gotta be in settings, so. Oh, I think it's in the other settings. We will leave it. Let's change our color though. As a player, we can change our color a little bit. Let's go full black. Okay, so we got this first group. We need to decide how widespread they are and what systems they're going to be in. So as we see in the book, we have to choose how represents how pervasive each group is across there. So we can make them 5 systems, which are in the hub and prime. They'd be centralized just in the hub. But I want hub and prime, or prime and edge, but we don't really have anybody in the edge because we're doing kind of exploration things, so I'm not going to do any of them once. We're not going to do spread or outlier. All the groups in this section are probably going to be a prime. Maybe we'll have to do edge. We'll probably do some medial groups. We'll do medial, and we'll do these 3 basically. Okay, so we're going to be starting Azumi Musk IG like that. Okay, so they are going to be let's see, what groups do we have? So we have Azumi Musk, Seeker's Return, House of Valyria. House of Valyria definitely should be centralized. House of Valyria. We can always introduce groups later. And move back to the GM layer. Okay, so So let's make House of Lyria definitely. They should be probably mostly in the hub. What do you think? That will mean the center areas here. That makes sense. Did they have interest in... Oops, wrong page. Did they have any interest in the... No, I put them in the hub. In the hub system. So they should probably be in the cluster as their entire interest. Okay, so take this and we're going to call them centralized. Which means we're putting everything in there, but we're just writing this down so we can remember it. It doesn't really matter once we actually start going, but it's important for startup. So it means they get 5. They're gonna have interest in 5 groups here. So we're gonna scroll over like this, and we're gonna call them HOL, and we'll definitely give them lists for each of these. So just call them Lyria. That's easier to notice than HOL. And then I get 5 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well, we can go with all the ones except this Lena. Okay, so paste, central. Definitely in these sectors, or in these systems here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what do we want that in? Nope, that one makes sense. So those are pretty nice systems. They've got the hub, which is super important, even though it's a singularity. A giant, and then 2 giant stars and 2 main stars. That's where they are. And we'll check on their influence in each of those. So they each begin with an influence of 1. So let's fill that out. And then they've got a certain amount of influence on top of that to distribute through all of those. So they get 2 extra influence in their group, in their home. So they get 3 here. And how much do they get? What type of faction were they? Oh, it'd be nice to remember this. Can't see more than one screen at a time in this. So House of Lyria is an advocate. So advocates get, according to the list, 8. So they're going to get 8 more points on top of their initial. So let's put them at 5 here, because they're pretty centralized. It should be pretty powerful in the sector. So that's 2 out of the 8. We have 6 left. So we have the 1 plus. Let's go 4 here. So that's 3. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. They got 3 more influence. So these other 3 could be at 2 each. That's not bad. Do that. Actually, let's put this at 3. So they're not going to be able to do a lot at the beginning with just this number. I think they get a little bit more money out numbers after this. So they get 5, 6, 7. Plus all of this. Let's pull up a calculator, double check our math. So 5 plus 3 plus 2. I think we're missing 1. That's 14. Minus 5. Minus 2 should be 8. No, 1 more. So I think The West. Let's go discover this. Okay, so and then we have to decide what type of interest they have in each area. Okay, so they got 3 types. What types do they have? Let's go back to the faction sheet and record House of Valeria's faction type. Oh, we have to change over to this layer. Okay, and then change back to the GM info layer and go back to the sheet. Nope, wrong sheet. Go back to the sector sheet and record that. Okay, so we know the culture, military, and navy. So I think the hub and HN06 should definitely be culture. So that means they're like running the government and stuff. That's pretty useful, right? Okay, so that seems fun. They can change this if they want as they go. Because what they do is they get a different number of undertakings with this. And then Dominica, which is HE23. Huh. Maybe that should be a navy. And South can also be a navy. In the West, that also makes sense for culture. Okay, so that's the type of influence they have in each group. Cool. Okay, so we just need to do that for every other group, right? A little bit boring, but it's going to do neat things because we're going to start doing some undertakings with them that we'll record and decide what's going to basically happen. And they'll get different amount of influence depending on their dominance and stuff in each area. Okay, so next we're going to do Zumi Musk, and we've decided already that Zumi Musk is I think they should be widespread. And the reason for that is I'd like to have them have some interest in the center, but have the most of their interest in that new 3 systems in the north. New Titan and Riasona and Succulus. That's like going to be their core of their control, is those areas. Okay, so we are going to be, well, we need to know what type of influence they have. And back to the other sheet again. One weakness about this workflow, eh? Okay, so they are definitely culture, economy, and technology. Ooh, that's interesting. Doesn't look like we're going to be breaking into war anytime soon. We're definitely going to be having some shadow running going on, man. Oh, gotta make sure that is on the right layer. GM layer, and then we gotta follow it, which is kind of irritating. Okay, so we're just getting these kind of things. Just kind of want to put them at the top of this. Is their patron. and this is the next most. This is the most powerful group. So they are also quite powerful, and they are also I believe they're activists. So they only get 7 additionals. Okay, so their main headquarters is going to be New Titan. I believe that's what we wrote down. So XMI, which is Zumi Musk IG, or Intergalactic. So this is their headquarters. Let's put 4 in that. And let's put economy. So this is their economic headquarters. And then we really want them to have interest in the other 2 as well, and then a couple in the central areas. I don't think they really wanted to worry about the hub right now, but we'll see. Okay, so that is 1 bonus plus, so you start with 1, and then you get 2 for the headquarters, and then 1 that I gave it already. So let's copy that, and then place it right there. It's right there. So it gets 1. So out of my 7, I think I can put 2 more there, so that's 3. And should it be economy? Let's make it culture. So their Insecula is definitely making headway into governmental issues and stuff like that. That's kind of cool. Okay, so do the same here. So they should have 5. So 1, 2, 3. We need 2 more. And only put 1 extra point here because we've already used 3 points. Maybe this is 4. So we use 2 there, 1 there. That's 3. This is the 4th point. So that leaves us 3 more points on top of this. We can put a couple more too. So this would be, I think, the economy. Okay. So, and so these 2 systems have been explored, but they're going to be kind of dead. I might put some of the revolutionary groups and stuff in there, but we need to get some influence in these center areas. So let's put some over here. And definitely want cultural influence here, because that'd be kind of interesting. So you got Luria in there with their ships, but you've got the corporate nation in here. Oh, he's seeing it. Hi, Brian. Brian's early. Okay, cool. I wonder if he's watching. Nope. Well, he can't really see what we're doing anyways, so fortunately we're doing it all in okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Building that up pretty good. Okay, so let's keep moving. You'll see all the new stuff that we put in here and see all the new societies and the new species. Let's make House of Sosafrida also. Oh, we wanted them out in New Titan. Maybe we'll move them to one of the hub systems. Yeah, I think we might have to should look up the name of that one, but let's just go and do it. Put this on the GM layer. Go back. Okay, so we're gonna be got these guys. Copy this. Go back here. Do we want them centralized or widespread? Let's make them widespread, and then they can keep their new Titan location. Okay, so where do we want them? So we want their headquarters to be also on New Titan. And they are, what are they, ambitious? Oh, I don't know if they're ambitious. What are they? Oh, so Sabrina is an activist house. Oh, they're very similar. We'll have to change some of this later. So, as activists, they're going to get an extra 7 points. And they're going to be, let's make sure we're in the GM layer. Okay. Okay, we're going to change this name. How should we change it? Let's call him Sosafrida. Okay, and what sort of... Definitely have cultural, because they're going to have universities, and they can also have technological. Let's make that technological, because I think that's kind of like a research university that they run. That makes sense, right? So they have 3 technology, making them the secondary. Didn't really want them to compete directly. And then I think they'll have influence here. Influence here. It's 1, 2, 3. And might want to just use a T. Okay, so I think they also have technological influence here. It's gonna have to be lower. 2. Use tech that's way too long. It's not going to let me put anything else in. Their names line up. So they put an extra 1 there, and then an extra 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they get 3 more to split. I think 1, 2, 3, 4 places. So 1 more to go in. Let's place them I think it makes sense for them to have here too. See, they're already competing quite a bit, right? So that would be 2 spent there. 1 spent there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 more to spend. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 places. So 1 more to spend. Let's actually spend it here, which means this is going to be definitely contested. And New Titan. New Titan seems to be pretty contested. So I might want to have some of them trying to gain more influence in those sections, eh? Okay, so that's 3 of the factions done. Let's look at the other ones. Okay, so we got both Articulum of Diomedes done. And one of the independent views of Sol. The Seekers of the Return. I want to make them a median, put them on the outside, and they're a church. So that means they're going to be super burgeoning this other place, and I might have to put in a couple more systems. Okay, so just to do them, medial and be all in the prime. Okay, so we just need to get onto this level. I don't know why Advocate has a colon. Let's go to that colon. Okay, so we'll call them the Seekers. Copy this. GM layer. We'll type this in Seekers. Return. This is medial. That means we'll have to make 2 new systems for them to be in. So that means they've discarded systems that are considered major systems yet. That's interesting too. Okay, so Seekers of the Return. Copy that, and where do they start? They're definitely going to be in Succulus. And I think, do we have a headquarters for them yet? Where is their headquarters listed? Oh yes, they have a Citadel, massive world ship. Where should that be? Ooh, maybe we'll, instead of making them medial, we'll also make them widespread, so that we can take advantage of some of these center ones. So the reason I want to do that is I really want them to be able to, the players to be able to explore the Outer Rim and be discovering new systems. So I don't want them to be all like super populated by all the groups that are already there, right? Because that'd be kind of silly. So I think the Seekers of the Return will have a world ship somewhere weird. So let's do Singularity in the hub. Let's go Lena. That's interesting. Okay. What are they doing around there? The only point of there may be their world ship. Cool. So they're widespread and they are... What are they again? They're an advocate. Advocates get good points. 8 points for advocates. On top of their initial... So they get an initial 2. And then we get an extra 1. But they're probably a little paranoid. let's. I think they're gonna swing this one, so they're gonna start 5 in Alina. It's probably overpowered, which means they're gonna take some time to expand out. And interesting, because they're church, agriculture, economy, and military. Okay, that's gonna be a military base then. Maybe they're instead of a military base. They still have the world ship, I think. But I'll have to double check the headquarters list. Yeah, I think I can make it anything I want. So it's just gonna be like a place you live, like almost like a station, and then it's just gonna be filled with troops and the faithful all living there. It's not gonna be anything that they don't like. You can't take it and go and fight with it or easy. It's not really like a Navy ship. It's a big, huge cargo vessel, troop carrier kind of deal. Right? Okay, so let's copy this. And I think they probably expanded out to here. And here. Okay, those are the numbers I'm going to use. So they only start at 1, and they're going to get 8. So 5, that's an extra 2. So we get 2 out of the 8. So I get 6 left over. So I get 3. That gives me 4 left over. 3. That gives me 2 left over. And then I need to have 2 more of these. So, I think here they should have a cultural thing, like a church, an actual church in all of these places. So we're going to have a 2-point church here. So out in these other sectors that people don't really know about them, let's make this also cultural. They have like troops, but in more civilized places, they have churches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think they should have a church in New Titan. New Titan's a happening place, all sorts of crazy things going on. I'm gonna have to move all these over a little bit. I think I need to make these smaller size. I'm the only one who has to read it anyways. There we go. Really, this is info for not only is it only on the GM layer, but it's basically so I can, when I pit them against each other, I'll see what's going on, right? I'm still kind of waffling on whether or not this should have its own sheet. I really like to be able to see it on this map. It's really cool. But then they have all their undertakings. I think the undertaking sheet has to be a separate sheet where I kind of talk about all the things they do. Anyway, so Seekers here. Seekers here are pretty cool. Okay, so got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 seeker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. So there are 5 bases, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Should be 10-point font. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, that's pretty awesome. I don't know what he's doing over there. Maybe he's choosing something. Okay, so we have the Seeker's done, House done, Dealing Must, so we just need the Marqueta Rue, Sapphire Order, and 8th Avatar to do. Holy cow, that's a lot. Okay, let's get a move on. So can I select both? And then let's copy that. Unless you press Control Paste. And then copy that and move over to sector map. There we go. That's how you move quicker. See, I'm getting the hang of the roll 20s. And then let's move that to GM layer. Me to the GM layer. Okay, so I think we need to put them definitely. We're gonna be starting with a lot of widespread because we're doing everything in the center. I want them to be medial though. I only really want the prime, so I only need 3 for prime, so that's fine. Let's just do that. Okay, cool. Just put them over in the medial. So it's not really a fair game, right? Okay, the Marqueta Rue. I keep trying to do the keyboard shortcut for cutting and pasting. I don't think it works, so. Okay, first let's drop it down to 10 point and we just call it Marquee. Yes, I know, it sounds like Star Trek, but there you go. So they're gonna start with 3. So they get 3, plus they are rebellious, so they get 5. So Marquis are going to have 4, and what type of forces do they get? Oh, I think they should have military forces. Yeah. See, and the cool thing about that is with military forces, they're going to be totally like revolutionaries in Succulus. Oh, I got too many forces here. Oh, I'll just have to put them all on top there. Hopefully I won't get them mixed up. So they get 3 locations. So I'm going to put them on all 3 primes. And because they are rebellious, they get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A total of 11. So 4, 8, 10, 11. So I can put 2. So I'm going to put 3 in the other 2. So they're actually really strong. Wow. Okay. So they're the most powerful in Succulus. They probably control that planet. Maybe I should put them culture there. Yeah. Maybe they're the government. That's pretty cool. So, I'll just double check the numbers here. But I think... Okay, so 3, Okay, so you can't see my calculator, but we're talking 3. So -3 for the start, -2 for the headquarters, -5. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so new Titan has really strong. Actually, let's just put that at 2-point military revolution there and give them 5 points in culture. They totally run Auspicious. It's like their deal. See, that's cool, right? It's setting up what the quadrant looks like. Like the Marquis de Roux totally freaking rule Auspicious right now. Unless I put somebody bigger in there, they're totally going to be the primary in that area. They're going to make a lot of influence out of that area whenever they show up, so, or when we do their stuff. So, okay, so Sapphire Order is next. They're ambitious. They're going to be powerful. Ambitions get 10 points. I might have to change around how this works a little bit, because ambitious orders and stuff get a lot of points, man. Let's copy this in order, but I think it's fine. We'll try it out right now. And it comes out kind of weird. We'll change it next time. So Sapphire Order. And move that onto the GM layer. Move me onto the GM layer. Oh, I gotta remember how to do this. So, what are they? I think they need to be widespread. It'd be cool if they were spread out onto the edge, but I want to make up a bunch of new places for them to be in. I think they're widespread because they just showed up and infiltrated like every system. Yeah, that'd be fun. Let's put them like 2 points in every system or something. I haven't tried that before. That'd be kind of cool. So, okay, paste Sapphire Order up here. Say first things first, these are all way too big. Okay, there we go. Sapphire Order is a little bit smaller. And what are we just going to call them? Sapphire? Or is the Order cooler? Let's call them Sapphire. Okay, so they got culture, technology, military. Huh. Maybe they just got cultural input, like they have... Give them cultural. For 1. Well, culture 2. Give them culture 2. Because I got a lot of points for these guys. Because they're ambitious. Lots of points. I might need to create a new kind of thing. Really to define how the setup works, because that might be a little overdoing it. Okay, so let's copy this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so these are all the places that they're interested in. I might even put them in a couple other places, because I can put whole new ones in. I haven't done that yet. It might be cool if they have interest in more than the normal 5. Okay, so I got culture in those sectors because they're like civilized. So it's the fact that they have like these clubs everywhere they work out of. These maybe almost like men's clubs or clubhouses. It's the Evil Lions Club. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Sapphire's got interest in 5 places, and I got 5 extra points in there. But I didn't put any extra in for their headquarters. Where should their headquarters be? Well, I could start a home new one and put their headquarters out in Succulus. That might be cool. Let's do that. And they definitely will not. They're going to be going up against the Marquis out here, so they're not going to be culture. They're going to be military. And that's going to be their headquarters. No, I don't think it's going to be their headquarters, but I think it should be. Let's get it 3. Okay, where should their headquarters be? These other places are pretty powerful. Let's put it Rosk here. So they get 2 points for their headquarters plus 1 point. That's going to be at least 3, which puts them up there with Lyria. Maybe they run this place. Let's give them 5 points. Okay, so they have 5 there. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1 more point somewhere. Give them an extra point here. They wouldn't want to leave the. So they 1 point for each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they did this one from scratch, which costs them 3 points. And they promoted that one from 3. Yeah. Okay, let's add this all up. Find out what we're doing. So I don't want to screw that up right now. Okay, so Sapphire is 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3 equals 17 points. That's a lot of points. And then minus 5. And then minus 2. And then it's 10. Perfect. Hey, look, I can do math. At least some, at least addition. Okay, cool. That group's done. Okay, we got the 8th avatar is the only one left. Might actually not be super late today. Might be a bit late today. Well, let's at least get them in. Okay, so they are going to be hackers, so we're doing a lot of tech here, and they're definitely going to be medial, or going to be widespread. I think they're going to have a little bit of everything everywhere as well. I've got to get on the GM level layer. Okay, cool. So they are media. Oh, they're criminals, aren't they? Only get 4 extra points. Okay, so that shouldn't be too hard. So they copy this. Okay. It's called 8th, and they're going to have tech influence in most places. Tech. Okay, so this represents their definite headquarters, which probably going to be hub sector. Let's look at New Titan. They might be pushing hard on New Titan as well. Okay. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to spread them around. I like the idea that they are everywhere. So they get 5 automatically. +1, and then I get to have extra 5 points. So they are everywhere. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they get 5 more points for being... Are they rebellious or are they advocates? They're criminals. That's why they only have 4 more points. Oh, 4 more points. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's their base points. 2. So you get 4 more points to add, and they're going to do that to spread thin. 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 2 beyond. And then maybe one of these have more than one. Do they want to have more than one in? Let's have more than one in Giovanni. Okay, they're done. Okay, so they're all done. That's pretty freaking cool. And there we go. Now, unfortunately, we still have all the undertakings to do. We're supposed to do before the first play session. Okay, so according to the book, we're supposed to start undertakings in the order of the significant system furthest from the hub, the highest number. And we determine how much profit everybody makes, and then we spend all that. And then they get to start buying different milestones and develop their agendas and stuff. Okay, so the furthest out would probably be is PN34, should be on the bottom. New Titan is technically the furthest away. And that's where we're going to start. There's a lot of people there. So I'm going to think on that. Players are going to start playing. They're going to be coming here in 10 minutes. So it was awesome to run this. It seemed to run pretty good. We'll get some people in the chat next time. But if you guys watch this on YouTube or whatever, thanks so much. Talk to you later. Bye.